Morning, Dowse.
Morning, David.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, still losing weight?
Yeah, just a little bit. It's slowed down a bit, but still going the right way.
Good lad.
Thank you for asking. You have a special guest
Oh,
here
no,
today.
listen, I'm well aware what people have been doing. We're actually doing a little bit of a barbecue from today, just for a couple of people. And we've been painting a clubhouse. You know, Jody Sally's been a lot painting a clubhouse with Steve. It looks very, very good. But we've got young Ben, and I've seen young Daniel been doing it with young Ben here. His ambition was to be on here. He goes all the way on the way again. Come get your big head on here, Ben, right? Can you kneel down?
Yeah.
Can you see the camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Ben. And his ambition was to be on one of my Friday catch-ups. Okay, so you've been doing painting, haven't you?
Yeah, doing some painting in the club shop.
And between him and Dan, it was like one of them. You know, when you go to a nursery and see things splattered about and all that. You know, so we've had a wonderful time together and all that. You know, so Ben, how old are you?
I'm 16.
When's your first game you come to?
September 17th, 2011 against Dover.
Is that right?
3-1 win, yeah.
3-1 win. Who's your favourite player?
Of all time or currently?
Currently.
Currently, it has to be Casey, I think.
Just Casey, yeah, it's good. All time.
All time, Kevin Betsy.
Kevin Betsy, good player and all that, you know. How do you think we'll get the Football League?
How do we think? With you in charge.
Thank you very much, you're doing very well. Let's get some Yorker questions out of the way.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
Have you got a girlfriend?
Yes.
How long?
Very recently.
No, I didn't say that. How long?
What? How long have I
You've been good out with each
At
other?
least about a month.
A month, you like her?
Do I like? Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Love her?
That's too soon.
Too soon. Okay, if your girlfriend's watching it, he likes you. Okay, but it's too soon for love. Okay, good lad, Ben. Okay, well done all the volunteers. Good lad, well done. Do great jobs, and he comes all the way on the away games, so people like him are priceless to this football club.
Absolutely. And Ben is also responsible for an Instagram account called The Cardinals, which is followed by quite a lot of supporters. So
Oh, brilliant, well done, man.
those who follow that account, you now know who Ben is.
If I went on Twitter and all, I would have went on that, but I haven't got a Scooby-Doo how to do it, so, or Facebook or anything like that. I only get my emails on this thing, to be honest. So there you go. Right, David.
Right. So a week since we last spoke.
Yep.
In which time, a couple more signings.
Brilliant. I had a great day, you know, when Ben come down. He come all the way up, sorry.
Ben Goering.
I had a great day that day. I got Ben, who I really wanted to sign, done. We came in here afterwards and all that. Obviously got our lovely cookie done with a big smile on his face. So I was glad to get them two done. And afterwards, when you were doing interviews and all that, you know, I've got Annie Lakeworth sitting there. I've got John Monaghan sitting there. People like Boz walks in. People who are passionate about the club, what we want round the club and the energy you want round the club. So seeing them two lads as well and seeing them three people in my room, was wonderful. So that was my best day since lockdown, to be honest. And all talking about how we're going to get the club running and what we're going to do and come on, let's fight them on the beaches. And it was lovely to have them three people as well who put a lot of money in the club as well. So it's nice having them around it. So I had a great day.
Good, good. Last week you were fairly bullish about Craig Ross re-signing. I'm sure.
Yep.
I know you still are. But he's actually been doing some.
He's done.
paid work.
Rossi's done. I don't mind Rossi. He's done. He hasn't signed pen to paper, but he will do because we shook hands on the deal. We shake hands on something. Rossi won't go against his word. It's me who's putting him off. He's dying to sign it. He should be coming at Nick. I said, wait, because Dave Curtis's mate's got a job for him, which finishes the day, and I don't believe in bringing somebody away from a job. And you know, he's got to work for Dave Curtis's mate, who's kind enough to give him a work. So I said, you work all week and you do the job the best you can, because he will. Rossi, if he puts his mind something, he'll do it. So he just said, we'll come in Monday. Tuesday, that's done. It's in the bag. So that's the last one, and we've got to wait and see what happens then.
Right, good. Lots of people will be very pleased.
Yeah, and he's done. He's
hear that.
you know, I haven't put pen to paper, but he will do. And he'll be here Monday, Tuesday, saying it was my decision not to get him done this week because he's got to work for someone who's kind enough to give him work, and he realises that. But he'll be in here, and there's no problems, no ifs or buts. And
obviously work is very important to him, because you were saying he's just moving house as well.
Just moving house, and you know, obviously he didn't know that, like, because we're part-time team, as we keep saying, he didn't know that, you know, it wasn't going to get paid through June and July, because that's now players are back now getting half pay or pay to play, and so he's had no money at all like that. So fair play to him. Like all the lads, he's not the only one, like everybody. So it's been a tough time, but that's what you get by being part-time. But other clubs, you know, when it goes to 60% next month, I think they might struggle a bit then, where we'll not, because we are where we are. So, but everybody's in the same boat. So, so he's moved house and moved in with his girlfriend and all that, and probably next thing will be the marriage one, just like you, to be honest, Ben. You know, so so it's all that where you know, like I think there's a lot of marriages in here at the minute, I gather, and you know, through this lockdown thing, I think it does either make or break it, doesn't it? You know.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
But you've been married a long time, David, haven't you?
I've been married 42 years, I think it is. 43 years this year. In
Fantastic.
October.
And lockdown hasn't changed it.
No.
Is that right?
No. It's
You
been
do well.
great.
You're not. Right, if you've seen it's been great, now let's crack on for the next question, please, do it.
Yeah, lots of people will be very pleased about Rossi because
Yeah.
there's been a lot of chat online. His name was the one that people had
Oh,
the,
did
the most people saying, "Oh, I'll get him signed up next," and then one or two others that people would love to see back as well, like Godfrey Poco. I think he's probably the next in line for the popular vote.
Is it?
I don't know if you've had a chance to speak.
I've
to
chatted to
him
all of them. How it is at the minute is, you know, the league hasn't, you know, what I believe it's going to be the 19th. I've been honest about that. I don't know if it's true, the 19th or 12th. That's what I think, and all less. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, because I haven't made a decision yet. So where we are at the minute, as you know, it's been a lot of things. The chairman's been in this morning, been very bullish what she will do. She's the best one to lead it from here to get what she wants. But you've probably seen in the paper, I'm very honest about where I could make a few signings, but I can't make them all because we don't know when the league's going to start. Season tickets coming in, you know. And I'm trying to be best as well. Like, you know, listen to the cameras. Right? We've got Ian Wright, boot signed. Okay, things like that we have. Okay, just pass that over, Ben. Klinsman, Tottenham fans out there, all signed. And I'm doing memorabilia stuff. And if there's anybody out there who can maybe help us sign a player or help us whatever, because at the minute, I gather the hands are tied, so I can't sign another player at this minute. It could be days, could be weeks, whatever. But after Rossi, I have told all these players, I have explained it, I have told the truth, you know, where I want them, but you might have to wait a bit to see where, again, when the league starts, sponsorship coming in, have we got to go and meet the fans and, you know, come on, help out, because what's happening with the ground and all that, you know. But if it's going to be somebody going to buy the club, if you like, because you don't know how these things are going to happen, but if anybody can do it, she can. You know, I'm well behind her as a person, what she's done for me as well. So, you know, I don't think anybody else can bar her, to be honest, with what we have at this football club. And with people behind that, we'll go there and we'll try to sell things, and I think commercial will come on as well, they will, and all that, you know. Sam Loxton had a great idea about the shirt thing. We need more of them, we do, and you know, it was a great idea. So as people come to me saying they'll do, like, you know, Jodie says she'll do a bike ride for it and get the girls involved to help the club. I think we're going to be in this position where we need help, but I think we know that and all that, you know. So if an outsider doesn't come in, Rosemary's the best one to take it forward.
Sure. That's mainly talking about players from last season. What about players that will be new to the club? Have you got a sort of short list?
I have short list because, okay, to run a football club, right, I'll be how I try to run it. And if you think about it, I feel so God gives a bit. I've got to think of your ideas, saying I don't talk about myself because I don't. But if you want to look at myself, the last couple, if I want to whack it on, saying I took Wattenhurst from the highest I've ever been for 30 years, and if you've got to go to Kingston, I won championships, and when I left there, I happened to Richmond, and so the last 5-6 years I've been bottom of the league where I saved them and kept them up. We got won a championship the year after. I sold 2 players the year after because we would have won another championship. We would have won the conference if we had Jamal Lowe and Nicky Gabamba, but we sold them, and Hampton Richards made 500 grand out of it. It all happens when I leave, like, we blink and make money. Then we got the playoff final there, missed on a penalty where Josh Casey missed his penalty. But we won the next year down here, we've won it, and we've finished 9th with the lowest budget in the league. So I know what I'm doing, but you get the people around you who know what you're doing, and you get the sponsors and people and everybody in the dark who know what they're doing. It's about knowing what we're doing. Now, what happens now is you got all these people getting released apparently and coming on, the agents are ringing us non-stop and all that, you know, but they don't know the culture we're in. We don't know that we train twice a week. We don't know that we'll scrap for every penny we got. We are little working at this minute. By the time I'm finished here, I'll not be little working, I'll tell you that. But at this minute we are part-time. We've got to pay part-time wages. We've got to train up the field, you know, where the floodlights aren't the best and things like that we do. We you know, the lads have got to go. Because if you take our Tuesday night out of everything, I believe we would have been second top by 2 points, is that right? If you take our Tuesday night games away, so I can't lie, the stats can't lie. So if you take the games we've lost on Tuesday night, we would have been either joint top or a point behind Bauer, second top. So there's things like that I know that I've got to work on. But, you know, well, you get an agent, you get him, and you get him from Manchester. Well, where are we going to put them up? I don't know. You'll get him who's on £2,000 a week, and he's going to sign for us for 500. Yeah, of course he is. We don't like you know. You get the dregs who aren't good enough anyway because the squad's so big and you've got 40 kids on the outside. Where when you look at these people getting released, kids, they take a gamble on him. A gamble is a big thing. Taking a gamble in non-league football. I've already got a couple of young lads signed up from our players and our academy who know. So I'm going to go against what everybody. Like, if I'm wrong, and I'll be here at the end of the season, and if I take a club back where I've got them from, I'll be saying anywhere. So the bottom is, I'm going with a trusted people around us who I know and adding 2 or 3 bits of that quality, which I've got. Hopefully signed up if I get more money from everybody involved, what we're trying to do at the minute. So yes, 2 or 3 or 4, majority of last season's side I would like to keep. If somebody wants to go, I'd gather some of them got the agents now. If you want to go, and go, no problem, doesn't bother me at all. So you know, it doesn't matter. I've had chats with Heidi, Musa and people like that. I've had chats with Puku, I've had chats with Donlan, Fernhan and all them lot, and stuff like Pavi. I've had chats with everything. I've put cards on the table trying to be honest. I'm going to sign a couple of players now and them, but in the meantime, that means you go over go. I can't do anything about it. I only want players who work here. That's why I have my structure around us. Because you get good, because I do, because people say, oh yeah, that record I've just reeled off there, it ain't bad to be honest, because before that I won 2 championships, so it ain't bad. So the bottom line is, sometimes, because I don't talk about yourself, but the reason I've always had is because you get your chairman with you, directors with you, you get everybody with you, you get the people like yourself with you, you get the people on the street and the charities with you. It's amazing how far I can go. And I do think when the cry for help comes out, if that's what it's got to be, I do think people will try to help her. And that's why it was such a pleasure of a day having the 3 lads there with Andy, John and Boz. There's a hell of a lot of other people who help as well. So,
sure, sure. And of course, in addition to 2 or 3 or 4 players that are will be new to us and nucleus of last year's, there will be the loan system again.
Of course.
Have you got your eyes on anyone?
Yes,
for that?
I have. Yes, I have. Right. And some people have been playing in these playoff final games and stuff like that. So yes, I have. It depends. Again, I'm screwed at the minute. If you want to say screwed, I've got to sit back and just let nature take care of itself. Of course, I'm getting anxious about it. Of course, I'm on blah blah because I think a lot of people in the game who don't know the game are seeing too many things in general as well. And I do believe we're going to have a start. I do believe we're going to get back into it. And so if we fight tooth and nail to get every penny we can get, if anybody out there has got an idea who can sponsor a player or help out in any way we can, there's talks going on, councils I believe and everybody else, because I think everybody knows we need backings, what happened after the ground situation. So I just know that clubs stand still. If people stand still, then we'll go backwards. If people stand, I've said it before, David, if people stand there and say, well, if we cut everything in, as long as we've got a club, and as long as we've got a committee, and as long as we've got everything else, it's selfish. It's a selfish way out. It's just not that, because anybody can do that. Come get in the Football League. Come and have another good cup run. Come and go and have little old working against everybody else all over again. That's what I have to do, and to build. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do.
Sure. Rosemary's done a major interview with the Woking News and Mail, as you know, in which she's the phrase I used last week in this interview was managing expectations of the supporters. She's talked about crowds potentially, no one knows, being limited to as low as 1,000, and all sorts of processes and procedures needing to be put in place before games will be allowed.
Aye. I get that. Probably like everybody else, they've got to look at the worst scenarios because nobody knows.
Yeah.
If somebody, like I'm saying it's going to start on the 19th, but if somebody says to me it's going to start in end October, they've talked about me, I've got to and bring crowds in. But if I'm wrong, and it's got to be 1,000. So be it. We need more toilets, but nobody knows that yet.
No.
So what's the point of going if nobody knows? On the flip side, what's the point of giving me £1 million if we don't know the other side? So I get both ways. So she's only trying to protect people and not lie to them, which she will do. She's trying to tell the truth. I've had a good hour with her this morning, and then we'll have some more talks this afternoon to see where we're going. She'll roll her sleeves up and walk around the town centre and knock on doors. She will, and I trust her doing that. We need everybody doing the same. We need people in the street doing the same. I've got to do the same. Like I'm coaching around Meadow Sport today. I've enjoyed that. Can I get them involved in it? Can I get parents involved in it? Can we all do it together? That's what's going to make the club. You're getting all over, people raising 50, 60 grand so they can get in the playoffs. I'm sure we can do the same. I'm sure we can. We'll find people who can do it. Not just to go down the black road and say, no, this is your local club who cares about this community, who's got a, who try to do a lot of love and care around the place as well, who don't do the back door to anybody, and my players will never do that in the club. So I do think there's love and care out there. And like I say, it could be a buyer. I don't know how the board want to do it. I really don't. I haven't got a clue. Make somebody come and say, "I want to take. I'll give you 2 minutes, whatever." And make you one of them. But if not, and we haven't got one of them, and we haven't got anybody coming at this minute, and all that, Rosemary's the best one to take it on.
And it's not just Rosemary who's been giving her views about the Future the File chairman earlier this week was making similar comments. He suggested that he thought crowds might be limited to a third of the capacity, which would be 2,000 here, which would probably be pretty good.
No, well, right, yeah. I think I don't think we're opening this league. This league's in a difficult one because the league down probably wages aren't as high as the league up for most people, because you know the bloke you mentioned there spent a hell of a lot of money by the way. So it's one of them where to get okay. So it's thanks David, you said that. So anyway, he has spent a lot, and he's bringing so when you're in the football league, you've got the retain of the TV money, so that helped them out a bit. If you go below, I imagine the wages and the Raymond's been a lot less. So I think this is a tricky league what to do, you really do. But I keep on saying, if you got us and you got the Conference South and North and everybody else has got to get on with it, we've got to as well. You'll get the ones who say, oh, it's never going to happen, we're going to get blinking 500 people in. How do we know? How do we know they're not going to say go full back and see what happens? You know, or we'll go alongside boys in safety and they've got little points wrong and we can hold 2002. We'll not be off for if that's the case. I believe me, if you're asking me now to start off with, 2,000 people's about right in here, but don't let away supporters come streaming for away fans. Because I think we fans, we would respect that, being working, saying, okay, we just want to look after our own. I think that's a way forward, try to get as many of our fans as can in all the grounds, but just say away fans can't come, but we'll stream it for you, or something like that, you know?
Yeah,
I think that's a way forward a little bit at the minute.
Yeah, I can see a case for not having away fans, because if there happens to be an outbreak in Leicester, I know we don't play anybody from Leicester, and 100, 200 of that team's fans come here, they could be bringing it in.
Notts County's close.
Yeah.
No, so it's
that's true.
Yeah, and what the point you're making is good. So apparently, like, somewhere along the world's getting back together. No, I think personally, people talk about the second wave again. I'm a big believer it's never happened. We can't do this. Well, how do you know? So I think we've got to. The club's always been, I think, for the last 20 years, and I think everybody admit it's always been like a half empty little bit of a club, a little bit. And I think that's one of the things I got when I got the job, what it was, and I knew that straight away by meeting the local people. So as always, my ambition by the time I leave here, you make it half full, you know what I mean, stuff like that. And I think that's where we've got to be. So the amount of times they come in here and it's like, and I'm thinking, are you sure? You know what I mean, and stuff like that. And that's how I've always felt like, you know. So it's me like a day, I'll put a barbecue on for volunteers because you want them to be appreciated and all that, you know, and stuff like that. Even if them two haven't messed up the painting job, but we'll get somebody else in to do that. Who can do it afterwards? We get a proper painter afterwards and all that, you know. So thanks for messing anything up, boys. But you want to put a point across, you know. I want to go and see what Boz has done for me. I want to coach his son team across the road and all that, you know, and stuff like that. I want to, you know, if I'm going to go up to town centre, I'll walk up there sometimes and walk back just so I can see anybody, you know, and stuff like that. To meet people who want that. So the point is, you know, I'm a big believer that we'll let us stick together through this, but I like fact. I don't like rubbish. I like fact. It'll never happen till January 1st. That's what I was getting told. November. Who's telling you that then? You believe it yourself, but other people have got belief. I think we should get on with it and get people in, and I've had it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're going to see like this for rest of the lives. Yes, have a meter thing to start with. Get 2,500 people in, and then two, I believe. And all that, you know, for 1 metre, we'll get a toilet sorted and all that, you know. It's then if we're going to say that, you know, we can't have a wave fans for the first couple of months to see how it goes. I think contracts are going to be done now, to be honest. If a second wave comes, that players don't get paid. I think that's sensible all round, and I think players believe that as well. So you know, there we are. So I think we're in a good place, but we've stopped and still left our Rossi out of a minute. We've got to try to get to a better place afterwards. That's what I think. You know what I mean?
You just mentioned briefly there, in passing almost, that players won't get paid if there's a cessation of the season due to a second wave of the virus. Is that a general thing amongst all the clubs at this level?
We've done it here, to be honest.
I know, but
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know, but we've done it here, and I think that's sensible. I do. So if like listen, you probably get your month and all, but if it's going to go on 6 months, we've got to say no, because if we started here and October comes, the second wave and football's done again, the players can't expect to get paid all the way at the end of the season. You know what you know?
Sure.
So players are let us sign that, and they've all done it, to be fair. And that's the rules, and I do think that's a good rule. That's what we've done, and I think that's a good rule what we've put in, because it keeps everybody safe. We're safe, so like we've always safe.
Okay, I've got two more things.
Yep.
Briefly, firstly, Woking College 3G pitch looks like set fair to be usable in September. Is that going to be of any benefit or use to you, or have you got too many players who can't play on it?
I've got a few who can't play on it, to be fair, but at the end of last season we were doing it. So it was only Heidi and Tops who were going in with David Lloyd Centre, who were very good for when, you know, Torps is blinking, working hard, and Heidi's on the sunbed, and all the rest of it. So we've got, you know, in fact, the sunbed's got 2 tattoos. So it's one of them. So it's one of them where we'll send people up there. So it's fine. You know,
so you envisaged the first team using
eventually, if we can. But again, I think it's a separate thing. I think we've got somebody running separately. That's the thing. That's the thing. I honestly do. Like I say, if I get a chance, I'm not saying I will, because I might manage here for 2 years, 2 months, 2 years. So I'll not play forever, because nothing lasts forever. I've done now. I want to be a worker manager, shouting all that cobblers. Like, I'd rather just win something new again. So the bottom line is, it doesn't really matter what Doug I'm going to win now, to tell you the truth. But I want to be here, and so I just feel as if if it's a community thing there and it's a academy there, it should be ours as well. And somewhere along the line, before I got the job, I got separated for whatever reason. I don't know. It's up to me eventually, and I think Scott agrees, and everybody else agrees, that we'll bring it more closely together under everybody's roof, and that's what we're trying to do. Where so that's what we'll do. Do you know, Bobby? I'm doing a bike ride. Do you know that one? Have you heard about that? Lloydie Y and Scotty Steele.
Oh yeah, I did see
I'm meant to be doing a bike ride for a charity, you know, and stuff. But I'll get on next week and we'll do that, because it might be on the 15th. But if we start the 15th, I might have to do it here or get a thing on the pitch and do it. I'm sure people will understand where Lloydie and Scotty Labour do it. But one thing I've always said, I'll do anything for my local charities, and the people out there has made people feel like, and I want to fight for them. But if it interferes with football, I can't do it. But so football's good, because if I start doing it, people say, "Oh, well, I've got this, I've got that." So we're going to do it. We'll let you know next week if anybody can help sponsor. It's just for the local charities around here, and we'll tell you about that more of the time, because I don't know how they want to plan it or what they want me to say. So I think I get the T-shirts done next week, and if we'll get a pictures taken, we'll do it. So it was going to be from Brighton all the way to Knapp Hill along a train track road or whatever. I haven't got a frigging bike, like, that's what I need, a bike. So I let bother a bike. I try to use my sons and my daughters, and I bust my daughter's wheel because I was too heavy on it, so I had to push it for a mile. And I went on my son's, right, and I couldn't get out of this gear. I didn't know it was because 40 gears. And I went to Adrian Withers for a few beers, like, and I've come back like on it, and I've burnt my frigging head and all that, you know. So I'm not really great on bikes, but if I can do it, or I can do it 6 o'clock in the morning, I'll do it. But I'm just looking at if we are getting this news and the 15th is out. So in fact, what I might do, I might drive down there and do it myself, so at least I've done it. So, but I'm just letting you news. Next week we'll get a clip back. We're doing a bike ride, me, Lloyd, and Scotty Steele, and all that, you know, and for the charity, and we'll go from there. How we want to put the charity across, I'll let them come across with that, you know.
Okay. Right, last thing then, I'm going to ask you for some tips and predictions, because the National League playoffs start tonight.
Is it tonight?
It is tonight.
Because I'm going doing Blackies at 2 o'clock tomorrow to watch one of the games.
Yeah, well, there's one. I'm pretty sure there's one tonight.
We were 1 point out. I haven't really took much. I have wished the managers all the best, as you do, and all that, you know. But I didn't really. So one's on tonight.
Right. So I want you to tell me who you think will win the game between Boreham Wood and Halifax.
Boreham Wood.
Okay. That would mean that Boreham Wood would then play Harrogate in the semi-final. Who will win that one?
Harrogate.
It's at Harrogate on 3G. So.
Harrogate.
Okay. So that's one finalist is Harrogate. And the other match, which I think is the one you're going to be watching tomorrow, is Yeovil versus... I don't know what I've written there. Who's it against? Somebody help
Barnet?
me here. Barnet, thank you. Correct. Yeovil at home versus Barnet. Yeovil will then go to Notts County.
Notts County.
So the final will be Harrogate versus Notts, and it will be at Harrogate because they're the highest placed team. So who will get promotion? Notts County will win promotion. You heard it here first.
Oh no, and that's not who I want. I'm saying who I want to win. What you just asked is off the top of my head prediction, because some of the managers I've rang, I really want them to do well, and I'm just trying to see how I would see it.
Sure.
I'm just being honest with who I think will win it, but I'll probably be wrong. It'll probably be Halifax and Boreham Wood final, or something like that, or whatever it is, or Halifax and something else. I think they've all done great jobs. I thought we should have been in it, like, but I thought they've all done great jobs. I wish them all the best.
Yeah.
Lovely place to be. I wish we were there.
And very lastly, I'm not going to ask you about the National League North, because I mean, you probably are an expert on that, but not so much. York
will come up.
Yeah, okay, but I was going to ask you more about the South, because you do know all these clubs.
Yeah.
At the moment, still in it, there are. I'm only going to ask you who you think will come up. There's Slough, Dartford, Bath, Dorking, Havant, and Weymouth. Havant and Weymouth are the two teams that are waiting for an opponent, so they've got an advantage.
Some great cookies in there, like, you know, how the hell, what we have done at Slough to get there.
Yeah.
Because you look at their team at the start of the season, you're thinking what we have done, Birks and brilliant. So and you got Dorking, who's an up and coming club and brilliant and all that, you know. But if you've got to put my hand on my heart and go from there, it'll be Dorking or Havant. I'll let it decide. Havant.
Right. Ian Dyer said before the season began that Havant would win that league.
I thought
he was wrong about that.
But I'm with Ian. I thought Havant would win it, not just win it. I thought we would win it by 5, 10, 15 points. I really did.
Ian did say win it by miles.
We thought the same because the players have got and all that. But sometimes you're looking where Dino's done an unbelievable job at Wilson getting them up, especially after what happened to you last season and the downness of our club. Fantastic job. I'm just looking at, a mate of mine, Mark, right at Dorking, you go on and all that. But I feel so what Bakes and all them have done down there and the budget we have had to achieve a miracle what they've done. You sometimes hope, I hope you do it, but in my little way, just like Halifax or whatever, you hope them, but it doesn't work like that. If you want to know, I just think in big games the best players come. The best players play in the big games, and if you look at Havant's squad, it's a better squad than mine, player for player, I feel like. So I'm looking, thinking we could do really well.
And a manager with a decent track record.
Who's been there, seen it, done it. Yeah, but one goal, one thing, anything happens, and I could be completely wrong, like anybody in football could be, but the best players usually win things, but not this time, because it could be how knackered they are and tired, and everything comes in, who's trained the best and who's done the best. That's the only reason I'm going to Notts County, because I imagine I'll have everything from like Yeovil will and all that, and all the rest of it, and but on these occasions, I hope I'm wrong, to be honest, because I love Notts County to stay here because I want to play them next season. And I love Slough to come up. I think it's one of the biggest achievements in football this season, because we'd done it last year, which people didn't realise. We'd done it 2 years ago. We'd done the one where we went up when we shouldn't have went up. And all that, of course you should have. No, we shouldn't have done. I'm telling you, So it's the same as Slough. So I hope Slough come up. That's my problem.
Right. So obviously we're not allowed to bet on football. But anybody with a betting account who is allowed to bet on football, the tips are Notts County and Havant.
If only made tips.
Yeah.
But I've been putting
just
tips.
for fun.
I've been putting bets on horses, which I'm hopeless at.
Yeah, me too.
And I've been putting bets on cricket. I put a draw last thingy, and it was going to be a draw one. It's a draw. It can't not be a draw. It's impossible not to be. And I'm there, I'm doing a barbecue in the back. My son's there. We're doing blah having a couple of beers and things like that. That's only for 3 weeks. 4, 5, 6, 7. I was going to smash the TV up. Like that's another couple of quid I've lost.
I selected 4 horses from one day's racing about a week ago, and I did it purely on the names. I've never looked at the form, jockey, trainer, nothing. I picked 4 names that I liked, and they went loser, 33-1 winner.
Is that right?
That's the honest truth.
Good for you. Well done, David. Very good to hear. So well done, everybody. Please listen. I'm trying to be honest. I think the chairman will know I'll be honest with you all anyway. We're trying to find. I've done my players at the minute. We're going to try to find a different way. It could be poor Dowse, what he's going through and all that. I didn't look at it at all. I feel as I'm in a battle like everybody else. She's the right one to lead it, to try to find out what we can do, unless somebody else comes and invests, unless we find. So I think we'll all be going out trying to do the best for the club and trying to find investment in the club. I think that's the best way. Everybody out there, any ideas, ring me or come knock on me. I'm here all the time. Come knock on my door, get me number, ring us. If I can help anywhere, I will. If you can out there, if you got any paint brushes or painting, please come down, because these cracker jacks are absolutely mucked up the room by painting the job we have done. So we need cleaning up after them. It was looking good before they got it, and it looks an absolute mess. So you can come down for a clean up job, clean their things up for them. Thanks very much.
Right, thank you.
Cheers, man.